that shaky Israel-Iran ceasefire proceeds, ICE is announcing the arrest of 11 Iranian nationals living illegally in the U.S., including a former Iranian army sniper, a man with admitted connections to Hezbollah, and multiple individuals with criminal histories. The arrests come amid growing national security concerns surrounding Iranian nationals crossing the southern border illegally and the threat of possible sleeper cells operating here in the U.S. on behalf of Iran. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura is live for us in Eagle Pass, Texas. So, Jorge, it turns out thousands of Iranian nationals have been crossing the border illegally in the past few years.
Yeah, that's right, Nicole. This is also coming as law enforcement agencies across the country are on hiding alert for a potential retaliatory attack here on the homeland, and that does include the activation of suspected Iranian sleeper cells within the United States. Now, under the Biden administration here at NewsNation, we did report that Border Patrol agents here did encounter a record number of individuals on the FBI terror watch list, including foreign nationals from countries labeled as state sponsor of terrorism. That list does include Iran. Now, between January 2021 and today, Border Patrol agents have apprehended 2,501 Iranian nationals at the southern border. Now, internal data does show that about 75% of them are men. What remains unclear is how many were released into the United States under the Biden administration, a number that the Department of Homeland Security has publicly not disclosed. Now, the uncertainty is now colliding with real-world enforcement. Over the weekend, ICE arrested 11 Iranian nationals found living illegally in the United States. DHS officials say that some of them entered through Biden-era parole programs and warn that these arrests reflect a broader effort to root out suspected terrorists and violent extremists already inside the United States. Meanwhile, yesterday, during a tense exchange on Capitol Hill, Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez pressed U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi on the national security risk posed by Iranian nationals who crossed the southern border.
Yeah, I don't have the number of the conviction, but it's well over 1,000 have entered. Yes, I don't know if it's quite up to 1,500, but yes, it's well over 1,000 have entered our country. And I can tell you we are on high alert, and everyone is looking at that very closely.
Now, here on the Texas border under the Biden administration, Texas DPS troopers started to see a trend in encounters with special interest aliens from the Middle East, which is uncommon for state troopers here that normally encounter migrants from Mexico and Central American countries. This video here was taken in Eagle Pass, where I am currently, where troopers encountered 27 special interest aliens from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, Egypt, and India. And Border Patrol sources tell me, Nicole, that it's unclear just how many special interest aliens were paroled into the country under the Biden administration, and if those individuals could be connected to potential Iranian sleeper cells within the United States, Nicole.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk now about sleeper cells. What more can you tell us about the possible threat of these Iranian sleeper cells in the U.S.?
Well, law enforcement from local to federal, Nicole, is taking that threat very serious. Here at NewsNation, we were able to obtain an internal memo from Border Patrol that says that the threat of the activation of Iranian sleeper cells within the United States has never been higher. That memo also urging agents to stay alert, to not travel alone, citing the rise in illegal entries by Iranian nationals. Part of that memo reading, quote, over the past 4 years, thousands of Iranian nationals have been documented into the United States illegally, both encountered and those that got away. And Nicole, speaking with Border Patrol sources, that word got away is key because under the Biden administration, there was recorded 2 million gotaways. So that means individuals that crossed illegally through the southern border and were not apprehended. So it's really unclear of how many of those individuals are special interest aliens and any individuals connected to some type of terrorism organization or network or a sleeper cell. So major homeland security concerns connected to the southern border, Nicole.
All right, Jorge, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.